What's going on, everybody? Jericho Green, chilling. This is Stop the Fuckery. This is episode 19. Almost got 20 of these bad boys on the STF channel. So congratulations to us, almost. The topic for today, another great pick by Gian. It is luxury. And he and I were talking before we started. And luxury is something that we all strive for. Now, when you think luxury, you're thinking jewels and cars and homes and fancy clothes, but luxury can be achieved with whatever you're into. Maybe you like to fish, and there's a really nice pole or lines or lures, equipment, a boat, nice bass boat or something like that. Like, we all want luxury on a certain level, depending on what we're into. And it's what we all strive for. And maybe it is cars and clothes and jewels and homes and boats and shit, and fancy food and restaurants and all that. Cool. But we all want it. But the title of this channel is Stop the Fuckery. And as you know, there's tons of fuckery. I can't do this by myself. I'm only human. Sometimes you need some help. I got some good help today. Let's bring him in. Gian. What up, yo?
I need a hero.
I need a hero. That should be for cologne. Hero Men's Cologne was that song. I need a hero. Then in turn, I don't know if which one came first, which one was the chicken or the egg, the song or the commercial. But every time I hear that song, I think of the Hero Men's Cologne commercial from back.
They exist in unison. That's all that matters.
That's all. They're here now. How you been, man?
Doing good, man. Been doing a lot of just pushing out as much content as I possibly can in a little bit of time that I have. But everything's been good. Everything has been good when it comes to that. So still building on everything, but building nonetheless.
That's right. Progress like a corn stalk. Grow a little bit every day. I guess I don't know if it was monks or whatever, or kung fu dudes, but they used to jump over corn stalks because they grow every day. So it forced you to get better and better every day. Save that for your next dinner party, people. Luxury, man. I know I want some. I like luxurious things. I like my family to have luxurious things because my happiness is their happiness. So, I like to have, and it doesn't have to be all fancy, but I like the people around me to have nice things. I like them to have the things that they want to a certain extent. My kids, I don't want to make them spoiled little snots. So, we got to pump the brakes on stuff. You don't want to give them too much, but my wife, it's whatever.
Yeah,
I can't whatever spoil her. Yeah, she's already grown, so I can't mess her up. Maybe I can. We'll see. But so the wife's different. The kids, I can't have everything. The wife, go ahead, girl. Go on, girl.
I think one of my favorite things luxury-wise would be luxury vacations. The thing that you don't get to do all the time. Like, if I were to go on a vacation, I'm not going to eat at places I could eat at that I have near my home or my
Mickey D's
neighborhood, or no fast food, no none of that. Like, I'm not going to go to Vegas and go eat at Buffalo Wild Wings. I can do that here. Like, vacations give you the opportunity to live outside of what you normally are comfortable with or that you normally have and all that. So man, luxury, it can mean, I guess, a lot of different things, kind of like, as you said, as you pointed out.
You know what? Let me ask you this. Since you said vacation, here's a question I've asked people before, and I ask it to you now. Which vacation would you rather have? All expense paid, tropical vacation somewhere sunny, Hawaii, the Caribbean, something like that. All expense paid trips. Like, you got like one of those villas that are like in the middle. You walk out that long deck and it's in the middle of the ocean with the glass floor. And the fish can see you doing all that nasty shit you're gonna be doing in that villa. Everything, the whole tourist package. You can go jet ski, and I saw one show where it was like luxury vacations. There was this sandbar that was exposed for a certain amount of hours every day. So they take you out there on a boat. They have a table set up, nice fancy meal with the hibiscus flowers and mango this and all that. And you're basically sitting in like 6 or 8 inches of water. So you got the warm water lapping at your your feet as you dine on local cuisine and gaze into the eyes of your soulmate. Everything you want. The shit that's like, oh, that's expensive. That's crazy. Maximum luxury massages. You snap your fingers and some little local brown skinned worker brings it to you. Or an all expense paid road trip coast to coast in America with a driver. When you stop, you can stay in, super nice hotels if you want. You're going to hit some landmarks or what's the word I'm looking for? Anyway, Grand Canyon, Yellowstone, here, there. All the luxury amenities, stop and eat wherever you want. Which of those two vacations would you pick?
For me, it's an easy choice, but I got to say both are great because it's, it's a vacation and there's a lot of, adventure to be had with both options. But for me, I'm more of I don't necessarily want to say outdoorsy, but because I feel like of all the work that I do, all the work I put in, from where my life has been to where I'm at now, I would choose the more tropical setting.
Mm-hmm.
I've kind of done road trip kind of in a way a little bit, not across, the whole country and things like that. But I have kind of done that. I haven't really experienced being somewhere completely different with literally no worries and, not being in the same, maybe around the same culture and all that. I went to Japan in 2014, but that's not the same. It's still like city life. So city life, I'm okay with. I've kind of experienced that to a degree, but not like, chilling on a hammock, drinking a coconut or eating a pineapple. Like I haven't really experienced that in that type of, I guess, quote unquote, luxury style vacation. So I personally would have to pick that, but I would do both. Regardless, both. There's a lot to learn and be had from experience from doing both of those.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be my
great answer. Yeah, hit the tropical vacation. That does sound fun. Yeah, I'd have to go because if we're talking just relaxation, and granted, on the road trip you have a driver, you're chilling, but it feels like you have more to do on the road trip. Get out, look at shit.
Hike,
guess,
maybe,
maybe hike a little bit, but you're staying in a hotel. It's pretty nice living still, but yeah, I'd take the tropical vacation, and I wouldn't even use all that shit. Jet skiing, but I could definitely do just chilling for a few weeks.
Yeah, maybe too, the older we get, the more we want that peace and relaxation. We may not always get that on the road. You know what I mean? Like in that type of circumstance. Like I'm telling you, man, sometimes you just want the sun, you and your significant other or your family, just to relax. And then of course, if we're talking vacation, eventually you got to come back to, your everyday lifestyle. So for me, I think I would gain more out of doing that. But both options, like I said, are really good. There's a lot to experience in both.
Yeah, one allows you a complete disconnect. Just
you're
far away. Nothing looks the same. Nothing sounds the same. Shout out to everybody watching. Shout out to everybody in the comments. If you're in the comments, put either a palm tree or a car. Which would you prefer, the luxurious Caribbean vacation or the luxurious all expense paid road trip coast to coast in America? And I've actually driven coast to coast.
Music obsession. Mark's like always the first one in there. Oh, hi, Mark. If you know what that's from, then you're great.
What up, David?
I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. I can't believe that got made.
What is that from?
It's called, the movie called The Room. I forgot the guy's name who made that shit. It's like
I've heard of it, but I never seen
it. Is it Michael something? Let's see. Hold on. Tommy Wiseau or something. And he just, I don't know, something's off with that guy. But he wanted to make a movie, and it's just all over the place. It has no purpose at all. But his acting was so horrible that's one of the scenes. He just walks in a door on a roof for some reason, which is not a room, and then he goes, that's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. That's like one of the most popular scenes ever, man, just because it's so ridiculous. I don't remember when that movie came out. I think it was like the early 2000s or something.
Yeah, I asked
2003.
An actor that I know, Dean Cain, I asked him, had he ever come across some really eccentric, weird actors in Hollywood who were, great. They're probably really great at their job when the camera's on. When the camera's off, are they fucking weirdos? And he was like, yeah, he's all, of course, not saying any names. He said he's met some that are fucking weird. He said, I wouldn't want to trade places with them even to gain their acting ability, and there's some great ones. He was like, nah, man, they're fucking weirdos, introvert, all their rituals and traditions they have or whatever, to prepare for a role and all this. Some of them.
Well, man, I get it. I mean, for the most part, it's like you're acting outside of yourself. You might as well be schizophrenic.
Maybe they are.
Like I'm not shocked that a lot of them have issues and problems. I mean, you gotta not be yourself for a movie, unless you're like, I don't know, Michael B. Jordan. He doesn't act outside of himself, in my opinion. He's like the same person every movie.
Every single movie, some yoked up dude who's hurting somebody.
Yeah, I mean, I think most people just like him just because like women think he's handsome. So it's like he gets, it's more popularity than it is talent, in my opinion. And I'm not saying that he's not talented. I'm sure he's better than me at acting, but I'm going off of what I see, and what I see is the same person in everything. Like everyone was like, oh, he was so good as a Killmonger and Black Panther, and I was like, was he though? Because I mean, Killmonger's a character, and I just saw Michael B. Jordan. I didn't see Killmonger, but whatever.
Whatever. Yeah. The second one,
he said Crispin Glover's the strangest dude ever. They say, well, dude, he's strange in acting, so I wouldn't be shocked. Like all his characters are weird.
Yeah, I think the ones that you can kind of tell they're weird, or they always play somebody weird, like a John Malkovich or something like that. He always plays a weirdo. So I don't know. I would assume that comes so naturally because that's probably a fucking weirdo.
Joaquin Phoenix, he's another one. Great actor, but I'm sure he's
dudes that are just nuts.
He's had trauma too, with his brother and all that stuff. I feel like that carries with them when it comes to acting.
That's a very, very
unfortunate. Yeah. That's it.
It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit her. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark.
Oh, hey, Johnny. What's up?
The problem with Lisa. She said that I hit her.
What?
What the fuck was that?
That is one of the most popular scenes ever. That's what that is.
That is
that's the worst act. Yeah. I did not.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Her. I did not. Yeah. But that's like the whole point. Like it's I don't know if it's necessarily supposed to be, but it is. And this is the luxury of movies, you guys, is a lot of them suck. But you can get something out of them because for some reason this is like a cult classic, but for the wrong reasons.
There we go. We want them like this. Let's see. I'm trying a new layout.
Oh, how? Let's see. I didn't know that was there. That's pretty cool. No, yeah, it is. That's fine. I kind of like. Well, what are the options?
That one.
Okay, that's only one.
This one, close up.
Well, kind of defeats the purpose of the background.
All right, we'll stick with this one. I'm just trying to make it.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm trying to make what I see bigger.
Yeah. All right.
Okay,
ready for our show today, guys, on Stop the Fuckery. our
Let's do
Fuckery 5 of yeah, right. It's always one. Let's guys, let's do it. Like honestly, and then when we do it, we should do it so hard. Like
Just do it.
mm,
Okay, here we go.
Fuckery
Here
5
we go. Fuckery
luxury
5.
guys. Episode
Number
19.
one.
Let's go.
Let's go. Andrew Tate's fleet, a luxury vehicle seized from home after new human trafficking allegations. New ones. Yeah, that's a nice one right there. Ferrari. That's a nice Ferrari right there. They better not scratch his shit.
You know they will. They don't give a shit about his stuff.
Bucharest, Romania. Romanian authorities towed away a fleet of luxury vehicles Saturday from home of the divisive social media personality Andrew Tate, days after he was placed under house arrest following new human trafficking allegations. Tate, 37, and his brother, Tristan Tate, 36, both former kickboxers and dual British-U.S. citizens with millions of followers on social media and known for their misogynistic views, are already awaiting trial in Romania along with two women. They were charged with human trafficking and forming a criminal gang to exploit women. Andrew Tate was also charged with rape in that case. Very serious allegations, but they have both denied vehemently. And this, I would call it, damn near a speech that he gave outside of it when they got bail and got released. Very powerful. He was talking about the corruption, how there's tons of women out there the women who they say were victims will tell them, to the contrary, that they weren't, held or kidnapped or transported against their will, and that they really liked them. And so there's a ton of evidence against all the shit they're bringing. But Romania, it just seems like a place where, at one point people were paying like $50,000 for a loaf of bread because the currency wasn't worth shit. The luxury vehicles impounded from their home near the capital included a Ferrari, a Guinea, a Benz, Mercedes-Benz, McLaren, and a more humble-looking classic red Lada. The seizure came 2 days after Romania's anti-organized crime agency, DIICOT, raided 4 homes in Bucharest and nearby Ilfov County and detained 6 people, including the Tate brothers. Officers also confiscated thousands of dollars in cash, laptops, and data storage drives. Say goodbye to that money. One of the Tate's lawyers, Georgiana Popa, told reporters outside the brothers' home Saturday that the seizures are legal but unfounded and said it has been contested. The cars are not the brothers' property, she said, without providing additional information. The Tate brothers appeared on Thursday at a Bucharest court as prosecutors sought to remand them in custody. But a judge denied that request and placed Andrew Tate under house arrest and Tristan Tate under judicial control, which typically involves restricting contact with certain people and having to periodically report to the police. The brothers' spokesperson, Mattia Petrescu, said that the Tates firmly deny all allegations against them and remain steadfast in proving their innocence. There's a little picture of the Rari and the Guinea. There's like another Rari. It's like some Rari. In the new case, DIICOT said that its investigation allegations of human trafficking include the trafficking of minors, sexual intercourse with a minor, forming an organized crime group, money laundering, and influencing statements. Influencing statements? What the fuck does that mean? The agency also said the defendants used the coercive lover boy method to exploit 34 vulnerable victims who were forced to produce pornographic material for a fee online, and that more than $2.8 million generated was kept by the defendants. An unnamed foreign man also sexually exploited a 17-year-old foreigner, Dicot alleges, and said that he kept all of the $1.5 million made from the criminal activity. The same man repeatedly had sexual relations with and acts the 15-year-old, the agency alleges. Andrew Tate, who has 9.9 million X followers and has repeatedly claimed that prosecutors have no evidence against him and that there was a political conspiracy to silence him. He was previously banned from various social media platforms for misogynistic views and hate speech. Authorities have previously confiscated some of the brothers' assets After the Tate's arrest in December 2022, authorities seized 15 luxury cars, 14 designer watches, and cash in several currencies. The total value of goods, authorities said at the time, was estimated at $3.9 million. In April, the Bucharest tribunal ruled the prosecutor's case file against them met the legal criteria and that a trial could start, but didn't set a date for it to begin. Last month, the court overturned an earlier decision that allowed the Tate brothers to leave Romania as they await trial. The court's decision is final and can't be appealed. So they can't leave the country of Romania. That's fucked up. Even if you're, you know, you live a luxurious lifestyle and you have the means to go wherever you want, do whatever you want anywhere in the world, and you're stuck in one country, even being on house arrest. I'm sure his house is fat and it has all the amenities and things you could want to do and play, and you know, probably movie theater and a huge bedroom, all this kind of stuff. But even being confined to that, that's got to be pretty shitty. Again, it's Romania, it's Eastern Europe, it's not America, so there's shit, you know, that we could do for them. Not that the country probably would if they could, but that's just fucked up because I don't, again, another country, their rules, but here in America, and they do the same bullshit here, of course. But it shouldn't be that something you say gets you banned or restricted on social media. It's number one, it should be for adults because it's a very harsh place. People say terrible things. So I think children should be shielded from that. But like with the sweet and sour sniffles, mis and disinformation, I was listening to a news report about Zuckerberg, you know, writing that letter saying that he was coerced and pressured by the government to silence certain information. And when they came to the sweet and sour sniffles, like, oh, well, it was for people's safety. Hey, man, I don't give a damn. If you go online and you read something that somebody tells you to ingest or inject in your body and you do it and you get fucked up, that's your fault. Like, you're just a jackass. If you don't know how to do your homework and research something before you put it in your body, that's on you. I don't care if somebody told you, like they accused Trump of saying, to inject bleach. I don't care if you did that, you idiot. Like, what's wrong with you? There's no such thing as mis or disinformation. I mean, I guess there is. I guess it exists, but so what? The internet's already fraught with bullshit. You can't get it all. And so what? Even if it's something so serious as the sweet and sour sniffles, where millions of people are going to die. So what? If you can't find the right avenues to find your information, speak to your doctor, speak to a doctor, get a book, look up a seminar. I don't know what to tell you, but there should be no, what do you mean? Or mis or disinformation should be punishable, I should say. That's just a little horse shit. So these guys are being accused of doing such misogynistic rhetoric and misleading comments. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? So what? I don't care if he went on there every day, a video with him having two women on fucking dog leashes drinking out of a bowl. That's his life. And if you see that and you want to emulate that, that's on you. I don't give a damn. Let those fools say whatever they want. So what? They do now anyway. Now they got their own website, their own shit. They're saying whatever they want anyway. But, you know, seizing their assets and all that kind of shit, again, it's another country.
Yeah, and with all that was going on, that leads me to understand that this is, I mean, yeah, you could say necessarily political or targeted. They don't really care if you're someone with no influence, right? But if you're someone with influence, I mean, this dude has millions of dollars. Okay, now we've seen what they've done to Trump. I mean, are we going to neglect the fact that they are just doing this? Oh, like, you know, yeah, we're investigating trafficking or whatever. Like, really? Mm-hmm. And that's not to say that, you know, it's not a possibility. And I'm not even necessarily talking about Andrew Tate. I'm just saying people in general would do this. We know that's a possibility, and we know that happens. But I find it really convenient you're targeting a man who is very outspoken about stuff that's going on, very wealthy, very popular, If I was him, I don't know why I would be in Romania. I wouldn't personally. And I think that is also part of the problem because, you're speaking out on people that can touch you and can reach you, and they're going to fabricate stuff. They do this all the time. So we watch movies, man. How many movies have you seen where they frame somebody or they fabricate something? Like this is, those are movies, but I mean, those movies get their ideas from someone from somewhere. So all of this, it screams out to me targeted, and obviously they always go after your wealth. They always go after your finance. We saw that with Kanye, not that long ago. So targeted hit, targeted, his character, his finance, the normal tactics that I see all the time that these people do. And yeah, man, I mean, what sucks is, he has a lot of money, he has a lot of assets, but they are going to work to take all that from you. And they've been at this for a while with him. And in fact, I believe this happened right after he did Candace Owens' show, which was, I think, about a month ago, or sometime last month. So timing, very convenient. The person, very convenient. They're still going after him. And they're targeting his assets, because that's normally one of the first things they go at if they can't destroy your character.
Yep, and it's very unfortunate. I didn't agree with everything those guys said, but most of it, makes sense. Strong men lead.
Yeah,
men protect women, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's the other thing, though, is that they pointed out, like, oh, he spreads misogynistic views, and it's like, well, who cares? Or who are you? Are you the speech police? Fuck out of here! Like, I don't care what he says. It's if they're worried about influence, how about the shit that they say? Oh, love who you want to love and be gay.
Bullshit.
I don't. That shit is in the mother. So, should I police your speech?
Man, that fucking love who they love bullshit, that was the Trojan horse. Love is such a big word. It's something that we're all entitled to find love. So who are we to stand in between them and love? They just want to love people, like you're walking around giving everybody a flower, a daisy that you picked out of a field. Here you go. Here's some sunshine for your day. It's love. No, that's not what we're talking about. And people who said, no, it's going to lead to this, it's going to lead to that. Oh, you're conspiracy theorists. You're nuts. They were right.
Mm-hmm.
If you had somebody in your life telling you back in the 90s what was going to happen, you call them up right now, you send them a text message and say you were right, because they were fucking right. It's not about love. You're free. Who's going to stop you from loving somebody? Who's going to come? Well, they're going to come stick a thermometer under your tongue and find out what you register on the love meter? Cuff him. He's in love. Who is it? They can't tell who you're in love with. That's a bunch of bullshit. But yeah, love who you want to love. That's such fucking garbage.
Yeah,
but
I've never seen love in any Pride parade clips ever. Just
Never.
To throw that out there.
Just debauchery. Hey, Johnson. Yeah. Hey, Sarge. Where do I put him? What did he do? We found out he was in love. Why, boo? You fucking animal. You're in love. How do they know you're in love? How do they gauge love? It's impossible. So no one can police who you love. Fucking idiots. Anyway. Story number 2 from the Fuckery file.
Oh my God.
Tim Walls. Oh, walls. Balls
this
to
guy.
The walls.
Balls
Tim
to the walls.
$250 million state program to feed hungry kids. Oh, you feel that? That's them pulling on your heartstrings. Don't you want children to eat? To feed hungry kids fraudulently spent on luxury goods, overseas real estate. Well, yeah. Of course you want your tax money to go to a villa. Between 2022 and 2024, 70 people have been charged in connection with the fraud scheme that resulted in $250 million loss. And in case you're counting, that's $250 million. Minnesota Governor Tim Walz is facing renewed scrutiny over a $250 million COVID-19 fraud scandal in Minnesota that critics say falls on his shoulders as governor, particularly after he was tapped as a running mate for Kamala Harris on the 2024 Democratic ticket. Between 2022 and 2024, 70 people have been charged in connection with the fraud scheme that resulted in a $250 million loss from the Minnesota Department of Education's MDE Feeding Our Future program. Oh, just like Whitney said, I believe the children are our future. Teach them well and let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside. Give them a sense of pride. Feed our future. Oh my God, give them my money. A federally funded meal assistance plan meant to help give free meals to eligible children and adults. Now, I have a controversial opinion on free lunch, and I'll get to it at the end. At least $250 million was stolen by fraudsters. Billy Glenn, adjunct policy fellow with Minnesota-based Center of the American Experiment, told Fox News. Further, the question, of course, came up: how did the State Department of Education let out $250 million out the door to people who were later convicted of frauding the program? The legislative auditor took this on as one of her projects and did this report looking at how the department oversaw a single one of the nonprofits involved. There's old Tim Balls to the walls.
To the
Glenn,
windows, to the walls.
to the walls, till the sweat drips off my walls. Glenn, I guess, is referencing a report from the Minnesota Office of the Legislature Auditor, which frequently releases state government oversight reports. The report about the fraud scheme in question, titled Minnesota Department of Education Oversight of Feeding Our Future, was released in June. In it, a legislative auditor, Judy Randall, concludes that although MDE officials told OLA they quickly identified and stopped the fraud, OLA believes they could have done more to prevent $250 million in stolen funds. MDE officials told us that the department began to have concerns about feeding our future only after the start of the COVID-19 pandemic. However, we think MDE failed to act on warning signs known to the department prior to the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, prior to the start of the alleged fraud. It continues later on. More broadly, the failure we highlight in this report are symptoms of a department that was ill prepared to respond to the issue it encountered, feeding our future. Critics say this failure goes back to Wall's leadership as governor, but has to stop somewhere, as Glenn put it. He is the chief executive of the state. All of the people that the Department of Education, and the other departments where fraud was taking place were appointed by him. So you directly appointed these people. So do you not know them to be of high moral character? So he appoints the commissioner, the deputy commissioner, assistant commissioner. They were all appointed by him. They all report to him. And these are the folks whom the legislative auditor has documented failed to do their job. So where does the buck stop? Glenn said Minnesota residents may be surprised that their state is not well-oiled, is not the well-oiled machine it once was. His response to the scandal, he said, is much more cynical. Piece of shit. It's been uncovered that a lot of the people who were indicted and their spouses and immediate family members and business partners have given a lot of money to Democrats to campaign contributions, Glenn noted. So they're campaign contributors. So they are campaign contributors. And when these nonprofits were having trouble with the Department of Education, the Department of Education shut off the money a couple of times and failed, or they didn't have the courage or convictions, and politicians went to bat for the nonprofits. Glenn added that the scheme highlights the notion that government is about beneficiaries and getting money out the door. not about policing and oversight and regulatory mindset and making sure that the people are eligible for such benefits programs. Fraud suspects spent the money on everything from residential property to vehicles, luxury goods, jewelry, cryptocurrency, hotels, and restaurants, airplane tickets, and more. I'm sure the people of Minnesota wanted all their money to pay for people to ball out for the weekend. Wall's office did not immediately respond to an inquiry from Fox News, but in a statement to local news outlet The Star Tribune, a spokesperson for the governor said, "We appreciate the OLA's work and often agree with them, which is why state agencies have implemented many of their suggestions." Bullshit. The spokesperson added that there are also times when the OLA suggestions don't apply because the audits come out years after we've resolved an issue. They suggest actions that have already been taken, or they evaluate programs that no longer exist. Well, why are they so behind like that? Why does it take so long to make these fucking reports? You got kids who can do reports in 12 hours because they've been fucking around the whole weekend. So why does it take years? And why are they so inept that they're talking about programs that don't exist? Why are you talking about them if they're not there anymore? Sometimes the spokesperson continues, state agencies have expertise and knowledge that the OLA does not. And in those cases, we may fundamentally disagree, according to the Star Tribune. Uh-oh. We have the knowledge, expertise that the OLA does not. The Republican candidate for Minnesota's 2nd Congressional District, Joe Tirab, said in a post on X that the fraud under Wall's watch has exceeded $500 million. He said, imagine fraud at that scale nationwide. Well, they're doing it and doing it and doing it well. So it says Governor Walz and the people he directly hired and oversaw lost $500 million to fraud in a few short years as governor. Imagine fraud at that scale nationwide. If every state lost that much, the amount lost to fraud would be greater than the annual budgets of over of over 15 states. So here's my controversial statement about free school lunch. Well, number one, there shouldn't be a need for it. I don't think there should be free school lunch for kids, because that means that the parents are fucking up somewhere down the chain, somewhere down the line. The parents are dropping the ball, because there's no reason why you can't pack a nutritious, balanced meal for your child in a lunch box or a lunch bag, whatever kids are doing these days. I don't understand why. I don't see a situation where you can't prepare lunch for your child the morning of or the night before they go to school. My parents did it my whole life. My parents didn't have capes. They didn't have superpowers. My mom had super hearing sometimes, but they didn't have superpowers. And some people might say, well, what if it's a single parent? What if it's a single mom? I don't know, girlfriend. You got to dig deep. You got to, I don't know, sacrifice some of your sleep. I don't know what to tell you, but to send your kids to school to eat that shit is terrible. And it's not like we have, people working in there, the lunch lady or the lunch kitchen crew cranking out some decent food, some decent, nutritious, wholesome food for your kids. So if that's not the case, which a lot of that food is fucking garbage, why do you not have time to make lunch for your kid? That's what I want to know. I just don't see a scenario. And I have kids of my own, and we make their lunch all the time, every single day. So I don't get it. I don't think there should be free lunch. I think parents need to get their shit together and feed their children. But as far as the 250 million out the dough, just gone, well, yeah. That's what happens when you give states and individuals millions of dollars with no oversight. That's what happens when you just print up a bunch of money like a sailor who just pulled in the port after being underway for a month. Yeah, What did you think would happen, you jackass? And of course, it's the blood's on his hands. He appointed those people personally. It's his state, and it's up the chain of command pretty close to him. So, but yeah, that's no surprise. That'll be swept under the rug. The voters of Minnesota will stay quiet as long as he promises to give something to the Somalis that live there. So, no shit, Minnesota.
Yeah, this is very concerning in a lot of different ways. And one of the last things you said that they talked about of everyone that he appointed. And of course, then this miracle fraud occurs. It's almost reminiscent of 2020. If you have any common sense, you know exactly what happened in 2020. Yep. Now, then we have this person in here who's literally a walking corpse that we did not vote for. And then we have this whole entire cabinet that is not elected, but selected. And now they're over here destroying the country from the inside out. So this is technically what happens when you have people that never had good intentions to begin with. So, of course, they use the front of, yeah, we're feeding our future. It's this program, which, of course, government programs are never really, helpful, so to speak, because there's always a twist to it, M. Night Shyamalan, in the sense of kind of like what you were talking about. I mean, with the whole free food, free lunch and all this stuff, it's kind of like, well, if the government is providing food for our kids, our children, and that kind of takes the control away from the parents to do so, to some degree, no matter what, even if it's optionable for you to give give your own kids lunch, the government is still involved is the issue. So, then they can start to change things around and so on and so forth. But in this case, when it comes to this massive fraud that happened, it's for a good cause, so to speak. We're going to feed children. That was the last thing they did. They took the money. Actually, they didn't do it at all, but that wasn't on their mind to do to begin with. They used the money for all these luxury goods and luxury items and luxury trips and all this stuff, which is why I say it's so concerning, is because I don't think people realize that almost maybe 90 to 95% of the politicians in this country are not real people. They're puppets like no other. They get paid to push and peddle BS or socialist or communist policies within our within this system, and they get paid out to do so. And they find these little loopholes and ways to literally, fraud not just us as Americans, but the country in general. And they stay in these positions because that money is good. And they know that they can get away with it the way that they have their little system set up. So this specifically is talking about Tim Walz, who's literally running as Kamala Harris's vice president. And Glenn, like he said in here, was nationwide. Imagine the fraud nationwide. Well, we've already been getting frauded for so long now with the Obama years, with the Biden years. And if, things don't go our way, this will be it for the most part, from what I see. And this is just, on a smaller scale, even though this is big, what we would be dealing with nationally. This is why inflation, part of the reason why inflation is so high is because we're being frauded by these people. And of course, it just always so happens to be a Democrat. What do you know? Shocker.
Wait, what? What are you saying?
Oh, nothing. Just, that it's obvious. It's always the same people. I recognize patterns, you know what I mean?
What are you saying?
But maybe I shouldn't, maybe I shouldn't. I'm not really good at Rubik's cubes and putting the patterns together, you know what I mean?
What are you
I just see them from time to time.
What are you getting at? They could have taken that money and taken some of it and create a program to punish parents who don't send their kids to school rested, fed, and clean. That's the only way you're going to get results. That's the only reason you can do away with the whole free lunch program. Put those millions of dollars into something else once you get these parents shit together. And if you don't do what you're supposed to, you don't attend your classes or whatever it is, you don't attend the program, we'll send you to jail. Well, Jericho, what about if they go to jail, then who's going to watch the kids? These fucking kids are better off with their single mom locked up anyway. They're better off being in a ward of the state or being with family members than being with their sorry ass parents who can't even make lunch for them in the morning. And I'm sure there's a slew of other problems that those kids are dealing with. Now, let me know, everybody watching, everybody in the comments, were you guys free lunch kids? Is anything I'm saying correct? Were your parents not making good decisions that put you in a position to need free lunch, or am I way off base? Talk to me, Goose. But before we get into that, Fuckery 5, numero trace. 2 tearaway teens, whatever that is, must be British. Oh yeah, daily, what was it? Daily
Dose.
Daily Mail. UK.
Daily dose of tearaway teens, you know what I mean?
Isn't it? 2 tearaway teens, 19, are jailed after breaking into homes to steal luxury cars, including Range Rovers, BMWs, Mercedes, worth over 300,000 euro.
What? That's way less than what Tim Walsh stole, but he's not in jail.
That's weird. Well, these kids got to steal from the right people. They steal from the British taxpayers, and they'll probably get a little hand job, a little pat on the back. Get out of here, you little, rustle their hair. Get out of here, you little shit.
Yeah, you little bastard. Nah, I mean, I don't know, man. Maybe they're not Democrats, because if they were, they would have gotten away with it.
Yeah, or if they were fucking. There's some of those terrorists that they let into their country. They definitely would.
Oh yeah, them. Yeah, they would have let them keep it.
give them the keys. It's their Range Rover now. Rio Halls and Chiron Clifton, both 19, broke into properties to steal car keys before fleeing with luxury vehicles, including Beamers, Mercedes, and Range Rovers. The pair acted together and sometimes separately to target addresses across Dudley, Walsall, and Wolverhampton. I live in Wolverhampton. Between August 2023 and April 2024. So they had a nice little run. Oh, 8-month stretch. Oh, there's one of them right there. Who's that? That's Rio Halls. Jail for 6 years. 6 years and 6 months at Wolverhampton Crown Court for being involved in more than 25 burglaries or attempted burglaries. There he is. Chiron Clifton. Looks different than I thought he would with a name like Chiron. Also 19, was sentenced to 4 years and 9 months after being found to have been involved in just under 20 burglaries, attempted burglaries. So he got less time because he was a part of 5 less than fucking Rio.
That's still a lot of time. 4 years?
It's a lot. Hey, go ahead. You want to go to the booty house instead of being outside with chicks? You can go into prison and be one. Halls also committed offenses in Staffordshire, while Clifton committed one in Birmingham. The pair admitted conspiracy to commit burglary after a range of evidence, including strong forensics, linked them to the crimes, like your fingerprints, you idiots, or pictures. Halls was involved in more than 25 burglaries or attempted burglaries in Clifton in just under 20. Halls of Coalpool. Oh, that sounds like a fucking Peaky Blinders fucking town. Oh, I live in Coalpool. Why do they call it Coalpool? Because it's in a pool of coal. Was jailed for 6 years and 6 months at Wolverhampton Crown Court. On August 21st, Clifton of Darlston, that sounds like a shitty place too, was sentenced to 4 years and 9 months. The investigation was led by Wolverhampton's CID team. A force spokesperson said it is believed others were also involved. See, they missed the word in. Were also involved in the series of burglaries. I bet they're going to sing like birds, give up everybody. Inquiries are continuing, and we'd encourage anyone with information to come forward. So that's another that's the other side of living in the lap of luxury. You must protect your luxury. Or people like Rio and Chiron are going to come and steal your shit or try to. But I'm sure these people, because it's pretty rough over there in the UK with all them fucking those illegals they have over there and shit. The refugees. Oh, my country sucks. Let me come to yours. And they're like, oh yeah, sure. Hold on one. Oh, let me say it. Let me be authentic because it's the UK. Hey, our country's all messed up. Let us come to yours. Okay, one moment. Let me bend over and lubricate my arsehole. Because that's what they're doing. They're getting deep. Even though these kids were British, I'm just saying there's violence going on. There's all kinds of shit. So I'm sure these people who own all these luxury items got cameras and stuff like that. So they probably had these fools in fucking 1080p looking right at the camera with those glowing eyes because it's night vision cameras. They look right at the fucking camera. Because they said they had strong forensics. Strong. So that's either footage on a camera or like the perfect thumbprint on the glass. And it's just like you did it on purpose. You even rolled your thumb right there on the glass. They're like, oh, this is perfect. But those people know what's up. And yeah, you got to protect your luxury because people will come steal your shit. They're 19. They're kids. I just saw one earlier about some 12-year-old kids stealing cars and shit from car dealerships. So people are out there stealing your shit. They'll blame it on the economy or blame it on not being able to find a job, even though the 12-year-old's not even old enough to have a job. But it's funny how they always blame poverty for crime. So since you're poor, you can go out and break the law. If you have shit, you can't. But if you're poor, it's okay to sell dope or steal, shit like that. Because that's what I would do if I was hungry. I'd go steal a car. So that's perfect. That'll feed you.
It's not just any car though. I mean, look at the cars that they stole.
Yeah, Range Rovers. That means you're selling them. You're criminals. You're part of a criminal organization. Right. There's probably some dude who fucking sounds like he's in a Guy Ritchie movie that you give your money to, and you're part of a criminal organization. So fuck you. But it's the UK, so they're like, oh, just give them 5 or 6.5 years. Give the other one 5 years. Fuck that. Throw them away. You're 19. You're already doing this. You're fucking done. Throw them away.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because that was one of the main points I wanted to hit is their age. When you have teen at the end of any age that they say, like you're young to me, like you're still young. They'll be like, oh, 19, or 18, at least they're 18. No, they're still a kid though. Like realistically, they're still kids. So the whole little organization they had going on there was not a simple like, hey, you guys want to go see a dead body? You know what I mean? Like fucking Stand By Me or some shit. No, man, like this stuff was planned out by kids. Where they're getting this from? What environment are they in? Who are they around? How is this environment even festering where they're at? Because starting that early in a pretty much criminal organization just sounds insane to me. Where are the parents at? Who are the parents? Like, what is their family life like? All this stuff, man, that's insane. I mean, they targeted luxury vehicles and luxury homes and stuff like that, man. Like, that is completely different. That's an organization at that point. That's not no petty theft.
Yeah, it's organized where to hit, how to do it. Like I said, they got somebody that they're paying money to, guaranteed. They're probably like basically little mobsters. You do the crime, do the fucking time.
Yeah, they probably were watching Guy Ritchie movies. They're all, hey, Nigel. Hey, 40 Nigel.
You owe me 14 pounds. I want it by Tuesday.
Yeah, by Tuesday. You think I can get it by Tuesday?
I can choose the day. No, I want by Tuesday. Monday, Tuesday.
Or you rightfully mad.
Give me my money. I want 14 pounds. All right, so Luxury. So let's go to number 4. Luxury fashion is struggling in the first half of 2024. Here's why. Okay, sure. Burberry, Hugo Boss.
Why is Mr. Beast playing in the background?
He's trying to do damage control. He's doing damage control.
Right. There we go. That's better.
Burberry, Hugo Boss, Swatch Group, and Richemont. Now, pick which one of these groups helped the Nazis. Kicked off the first week of second quarter earnings for the luxury fashion market with disappointing news for investors ahead of next week's highly anticipated results from Kering. LVMH and Hermes, a luxury brand, struggle to cope with declining sales in Asia. What happened? Burberry shares plunge more than 16% on Monday, while Hugo Boss shares dropped nearly 7.5% on Tuesday after the companies issued renewed profit warnings for 2024 following second quarter preliminary earnings showing around 40% plunges in operating profits year over year. Burberry and Hugo Boss have faced significant sales drops in Asia and the Americas, with Burberry, Asia Pacific, and Americas sales both decreasing 23% and Hugo Boss sales dipping around 3% for both geographies. Preliminary earnings showed. Oops, too much. A similar story played out in the preliminary earnings of Cartier parent Richemont, which has had a 27% drop in China sales this year, and Swatch Group, which owns Omega, Tissot, and Longines, Longings, I don't know. I'm not rich
Longings or something. I don't know.
Longines. Not rich enough to know that one. And more were reported, which reported an 11% decline in sales overall this year and significant declines in China's sales. LVMH earnings will come July 23rd, followed by Gucci parent Kering and Hermes earnings in the following days. S&P 500 textiles, apparel, and luxury goods industry index has slumped almost 30% year to date. It's a lot. Somebody's getting fired over that shit. Somebody's getting let go. The luxury sector has largely relied on China, which was responsible for almost 16% of global luxury spending last year, where luxury goods consumption doubled from 2008 to 2014. The world's second largest economy fell short of economic growth estimates Monday, slowing to 4.7 GDP growth year over year. Plunging land sales and aging population and diminishing exports, which constituted 36% of the nation's GDP in 2006, but fell to 20% in 2023, are among some of the issues plaguing the once fast-growing economy. According to CNN, economists speculate the reason for the economic slowdown may be the middle income trap, an economic theory describing high-growth countries in East Asia coming out of poverty and fail to reach high income status due to dwindling supply of labor, tapering exports, and inability to stimulate consumer appetite. Last November, luxury fashion companies like Burberry and Richemont experienced a flood of returns and exchanges during China's biggest shopping festival, and luxury return rates in China have risen around 50% this year, far surpassing the luxury industry average of 30%, according to Bloomberg. Last month, Chinese retailers of luxury brands and marked down product prices up to 50% to fight the diminishing consumer appetite in China. Well, I mean, anytime our number one enemy in the world is doing bad, hey, I'm loving it. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving that shit because if they're hurting, we're winning. Hermes, Nicholas Hardick says it's pronounced Hermes. I'll remember that for next time. But I'm glad. Good. I'm glad China is hurting with their disposable income. I'm glad that their economy is down. I'm glad that their population is aging and all of those things. I'm happy. This is the best article yet.
Well, Let me correct you on one thing. Don't believe China is our number one enemy. I think you know who our number one enemy is, but
Oh well, yeah, but I mean, like, financially.
yeah.
Yeah.
but the it's funny because as we were going over this, I'm sitting here going, "Yep, yeah, go on, tell me more. Sounds right. Sounds about accurate. Yep, that's it." Who's shocked at any of these numbers? Like, who's shocked at this? Who is shocked that everyone is like, yeah, drop 30%, drop 20%, drop 15%, drop 10%, whatever percent you want to say. Guess what? It dropped. And I'm sitting here going, yeah, who the hell is buying luxury clothes and luxury items from Burberry and Hugo Boss and Gucci and Prada? First of all, the only people who really buy that shit are rappers, and they're probably going broke too at this point because a lot of people aren't paying attention to them, and a lot of people aren't buying stuff like that. Most people can't afford to buy those anyway, because who the hell wants to buy like a $6,000 bag?
Bro,
That is retarded, if you ask me. But a lot of people's money are going towards their families, towards their bills, towards their utilities, towards all of that stuff. Nobody has extra money to go and buy Gucci and Hugo Boss and shit. Like, that's just not. So, I mean, there's a lot of ways you can look at it as to why it's dropping, but also you got to keep in account what people pay attention to, man. Like when the economy is so shit that people literally cannot afford to go off and, let's just say, want to buy themselves nice things. It wouldn't be those brands. I'll tell you that right now, man. Those there's a reason why those are high-end stores for a reason. It doesn't matter if you go in person, doesn't matter if you buy online. So if it's talking about the luxury fashion field, then I mean, in that field, I'm pretty sure it's getting emptier and emptier. So who's shocked? Not me.
Nope, and I love to hear it. Nicholas also says it's a Longines. I've heard of Longines and Hermes, but I've obviously never seen them written. Never seen any labels in my house that say Hermes or Longines. But thank you. I'll remember.
I've never heard of either one.
I've heard of them.
That shows you how much money I have, huh?
Back in the day, before Cribs. And you guys, I know Mark's music obsession, you're of that age, but there used to be a TV show called Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous, hosted by Robin Leach. So there was this British dude who was, I wouldn't say he's eccentric, like he didn't dress weird like a Liberace and shit, but very outspoken. He had a very distinct voice. And he would go around like Cribs, is basically the father of Cribs, but he'd go around with the camera crew and go to these mansions, except the owners weren't there. Cribs. It's like, oh, hey, what up, MTV? Welcome to my crib. Let me show you my fridge. Like, the owners usually weren't there, and they would just go around to these. I mean, like, not even like small time entertainers, but I'm talking like the Prince of Monaco, shit like that. Super luxurious mansions and yachts and shit. They just go around the Rolls Royce and everything, and he always say champagne wishes and caviar dreams. But it was a shit back in the day. Everybody couldn't wait to watch Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous and just see the luxurious lifestyles that these people live. It was some pretty baller shit. This says, I signed up, story number 5 of the Fuckery 5. I signed up for a 3-year, $90,000 cruise, but never left dry land, and my friends are still stranded like the Fire Festival. What? 90 G's? Okay, let's see what you're supposed to get. 9 months after his wife died of brain cancer in September 2022, Rochester, New York native Rami Mina, 82, planned a cruise around the world. The retired engineer sold his house in Temecula, California. That was expensive. And submitted a $5,000 deposit to Life at Sea Cruises, a 3-year world trip run by Turkey-based parent company Murray Cruises, which promised passengers a once-in-a-lifetime voyage sailing 130,000 miles, 375 ports, and 135 countries for $29,999 per year. It was slated to depart from Amsterdam November 30th, 2023. They were advertising at $30,000 per person per year, specifically for digital nomads. I immediately signed up, Mina told the Post. I reserved a cabin to 3 years in advance. Damn. Mina recalled sharing his personal details in his Life at Sea Cruises application, expressing interest in the trip. I said, I'm fearless. I'm into new adventures. I described that my wife had just passed away. By May 2023, he was conversing with fellow would-be passengers from around the country in an online community board for Life at Sea Cruises. He met a handful of them in Southern California, where Temecula is located, as you well know, Gianna. But Mina's dream cruise and many others never came to fruition. Life at Sea Cruises announced on November 17th, 2023, that the cruise, expected to leave just weeks later on the 30th, was canceled because the company hadn't been able to buy the cruise ship. Oh! At the time, some passengers were still in Istanbul, from where the ship had initially been slated to set sail on November 1st, before the departure location was changed to Amsterdam. The company said it would issue refunds in monthly installments from mid-December 2023 through February 2024. So they should be paid back by now. Let's see. I mean, if they got their money back, cool, but if not, that's fucked up. Around a month later, in December 2023, former Life at Sea Cruises manager, director Mikael Peterson parted ways with Mirai Cruises and launched Villa Vi Residence's Odyssey ship, promising to sail the world in 3.5 years, beginning May 30th, 2024, out of Belfast. The cost of a cabin ranged from $99,999 to $899,000. According to Via V Residence's website, passengers on the cruise have been given the option to buy the cabins outright instead of paying a daily rate. Oh, man. The reality is that the Life at Sea was based off the Villa VA business plan that Mirai ended up selling as their own and eventually running into the ground, Peterson told the Post via email. When we saw the writing on the wall, we had no choice but to walk away from that project and go back to the original Via VA plan. So that's the ship. Looks kind of older. Peterson told the Post, huh?
So that shit looks haunted.
Yeah, man, I'm walking that motherfucker by myself. Patterson told the Post that via VA residences, he let residents put down a 10% refundable deposit, allowing them to pay as they go 90 days before each segment of the trip. We kept all funds in escrow until we acquired the ship to minimize residents' exposure, Peterson told the Post. The vision is still the same original vision I had 6 years ago, long before COVID, to traverse the world in a slower paced fashion where you spend more time in port to immerse yourself in cultures of where you go. The ultimate way to unpack once and travel over 140 countries were per circumnavigation. The main difference is that we are not a cruise, but a lifestyle of exploration only limited by water's access. But the luxury liner Via VA Residences, or I should call VVR, has faced ongoing delays due to problems with the rudders and gearbox, and passengers have been stranded for 3 months in the port of Belfast in Northern Ireland. Fuck. Peterson told the Post they're waiting for final clearance to launch to the Caribbean and South America, while some passengers who sold their homes are left treading water. So they didn't get their money back? Some of them have left their jobs. Some of them have sold their houses. And Mina, who's in touch with current VV passengers, it's really a house of cards. I feel so bad for my friends. The pictures of the ship that were on the internet look wonderful. In reality, the ship looks crappy. Nobody knows when they're taking off. It's a replica of the Fire Festival, he added, referencing the notoriously disastrous 2017 music event in the Bahamas. Mina narrowly avoided losing his money to both cruises, he said, by the end of June 2023, just as he was about to submit a $25,000 payment for the life at sea, Peterson gave him pause. Peterson, said, "Don't pay anymore. I need to go and check the ship." He came back and said the ship is too small. Let's postpone the major payment for a month. By June 2023, Peterson, according to Mina, parted ways with parent company Mirai Cruises. Mirai Cruises, knew the ship was not going to be big enough for a world cruise. They were saying the ship is too small. We need to change it. Mirai went bust and decided not to go at all. Bro, that'd be some scary shit to walk through an abandoned cruise ship at night. Man, you get that water making that boat move and creak and shit. Oh man, I don't give a fuck how tough you are. That would be crazy.
That whole damn story is crazy.
Yeah, that's fucked up. That I mean, it's cool that the guy, kind of gave him a heads up, on that $25,000 payment. He was like, hold up, some shit's gonna go down.
Dude, but that's not a little bit of money. That's a lot of money. It said from what did it say? It said, I think, from 90,000 to 900,000, I think it said.
Yeah, basically 100,000 to 900.
But here's the thing. Okay, so that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. I understand why it's a lot of money because of what was promised. What was promised was traveling to 140 countries, and traveling, I guess all throughout the world, which to a lot of people, they would say, yeah, this is a dream of mine. This is a dream come true. This is something I want to do, and something I feel like I could put my money towards and is worth it. But it ends up being, like they said, the Fire Festival, man. And it's like, how you can't trust when money's involved, man. Oh my God, especially now. Biden's economy, the worst economy that we've probably ever experienced in our lifetime. Probably. I mean, there was the crash of 2008. For a lot of people who I know were doing really well then, that destroyed a good amount of people. But I don't know. I get Democrats. I guess you could just say Democrat economy at this point. This is what we're living under, and $25,000 is a lot of money right now. Like that's not a lot of. That's not money I would want to throw away towards anything. I'm sorry. As beautiful and as fun as this sounds, I would have to hold on to my money because you're basically putting your money in a piggy bank at this point. And you don't want to put it in somebody's pocket who you can't trust. And at this point, you can't trust a lot of people due to these times. So, man, it's unfortunate.
Man, you mean you don't have 25 G's to wipe your ass with and just completely throw away?
Right? It's fucking ill growth. You know what I mean?
Something like that, you got to cross so many T's and dot so many damn I's before you give somebody 90 grand, especially in a foreign country. Where you can't there's, a level of this might be shady because they're so far away. Everything's electronic. You can't go to a location. No, man, that's just fucking, I don't know how much sympathy I have for that. Yeah, that sucks.
It's giving Tim Wall's fucking fraud vibes. That's what it's giving.
It's giving, you got scammed, fool. That's what it's giving. Yeah. You got, fool. All right, so fuckery fails. World's most expensive fail. This better not be real. You better not be driving no damn Rari across anything on two pieces of wood. Please tell me that's just some clever picture they put together. Here we go.
$100,000, $1 million, $100 million. These fails aren't just embarrassing. They break the bank. Some people get the perfect strike.
Hold on. If you go back a little bit, just this car alone. No, not there. It's too far. Why can't I get it? Let's go back. Yeah, right there. This car right here, that's a Ford GT. That's 350,000 right there. I think that is by those stripes. If that's a Ford GT, that's like 350,000 right there. This is like a Porsche or something right here. So yeah, it probably is.
It might be a Ferrari.
Yeah, it might be.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it from the front, but that it has that symbol. It kind of looked like it, but I don't know. I can't tell.
It's expensive. Damn, somebody fucked it.
Yeah, it might be a Porsche.
Some people get the perfect strike. Others strike off $100 check for damages.
Dumbass.
Teach a parrot to talk, and you'll get hours of entertainment. Teach a parrot to steal, and you'll be $200 richer.
Wow.
Watch this $400 piece of meat turn into ground beef. Turns out, getting into bar fights is as good an idea in real life as it is in VR.
Sorry.
Maybe next time they'll remember to pay their rent on time.
I'll suck you off. I'm sorry.
This gaming setup is very expensive.
Nice, dudes.
Or was until this guy got a hold of it.
Why'd you
Or
try
should
to
I
grab
say,
it?
didn't
Idiot.
get a hold of it.
Yeah, the testosterone left his body.
Why the fuck didn't he try to grab it? He just sat there and watched that shit fall on the ground?
Yeah, that's crazy.
What a dumbass. Hold on. We get to this fucking ad.
Oh man. He's right before it fell. Oh, this is so expensive, you guys.
Dude, he just stood there and watched that shit. What are you doing, man?
Yeah.
Oh,
Fucking, what are you doing?
Hope you got enough for another one.
Let's try and get through this.
So is this what they mean by pouring money down the drain?
Oh, man.
Some doors lead to opportunities.
No.
Others open you to a world of insurance costs. Who would have thought the biggest threat to a $1,500 drone was a roll of toilet paper? Of all the unexpected things to happen this year, a real-life Simpsons rendition was equally surprising and terrifying. After an accident like this, I really hope the truck driver lives by the same motto as his truck. Maybe a better ramp was needed after all.
Dumbass.
That fish?
I wonder what the cost is of 100 drones crashing to the ground.
Fucking nerds.
Here's a few telltale signs that the road you're driving on isn't ready. 1, it's very sticky. 2, you get stuck.
Fool's fucked up.
I thought this was going to be a very bad paint scratch.
Oh, man.
It was much worse.
You
I'm going to take a wild guess and assume that this guy just lost some money. I wonder how much those repair costs will set him back.
Hey.
When you try to prove...
You know, the cop showed up immediately and tased the shit out of that dude.
Yeah.
Prove that you can't steal the $2,700 Spirit of Ecstasy from a Rolls Royce. And then, well, steal it. When an in-flight fight has an unexpected winner.
Oh, no! I can't control it.
Let's just be thankful commercial flights need more than a mini drone to take it down. When even YouTubers are able to destroy the world's strongest car, I think it's time for a rebrand.
You get stuck in the mud and a tire pops.
Dude, I cannot get over this fucking pussy, dude.
There's a tree through the whole tire, dude.
FYI, those are $3,500 tires.
Yeah.
All right, it's kind of in there.
I'm indestructible.
After a domino effect like this, I don't know what hurts more, your wallet or the embarrassment.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
Judging by that reaction, he was shocked by the door costs too.
Dang.
That'll be $5,000,
Those
Mr.
are
Bear.
fucking Arab dudes right there.
What's happened?
Yes, a $6,000 LED screen that falls if you breathe on it.
Oh.
Turns out Elon Musk's unbreakable Cybertruck is actually breakable.
All right, well, let's see.
When transporting a $10,000 cake, you'd assume they'd hire people capable of climbing over a step.
Wow.
You dumb fucks.
Yo, that's heartbreaking.
And this guy's eating it? Are you kidding me?
And
You
speaking of
fucking
transporting
idiot.
very expensive things, everyone knows the best way to move a
Oh,
Ferrari
come on,
across
dog.
land is with 2 planks of wood. Waterfalls are one of nature's most beautiful spectacles, but nobody wants one like this as a new home feature.
Oh, man.
How do you immortalize the moment you propose forever? You may think the answer is filming the moment she says yes and the kiss, but dropping a $10,000 ring in the ocean, though, that's much more iconic.
Stupid motherfucker.
How?
Now, that looks like thirsty
Damn.
work.
Better
It's
jump
just
in
such a
after that.
pity that all the drinks are spilled over the road. I'm pretty sure his insurance policy doesn't have missile coverage.
That's in the
Okay,
Soviet Union.
Hear me
somewhere.
out. How about we don't have $10,000 worth of wine balanced in the most stupid way possible?
Oh, you fucking idiots.
If you've got the
Oh
money to
my
buy a
God.
Lamborghini, then you should also have the money for driving lessons. You can drop your proposal ring in the ocean, or you can let a customer just walk off with it. He said he wanted to see it in natural light, but his real intentions were dark.
See ya.
Modern art comes in all shapes and sizes, but getting a new paint job like this is gonna cost you 20 G's. Sometimes you can see when something's gone very wrong. Other times, you can hear it. Flying your $20,000
Fucking idiots.
drone on a busy highway. Yep, that's what happens. Making a mistake like this live on TV comes at a high price. Not just the $21,000
Stupid
car,
ass.
but your next paycheck as well.
Bitch, you're fired.
Ah, yes. Posing
I
for
missed
your
it. What
once-in-a-life wedding photos in Shrek's swamp. Nobody saw that coming.
Fucking idiot.
F-bombs on live TV have a hefty price, and Mark Cuban paid it twice.
You. And so I've just been informed that you've actually been fined $15,000. Do you take back the F-bomb or you're standing by it?
So if I say it again, I have to pay another $15K?
Hey, you want to up it to 30,000?
Okay.
Champagne really emphasizes the ever-uncertain tipping scales
Especially when
of
you
life.
drop it.
Sometimes celebration, sometimes $35,000 down your pants.
Stupid motherfucker.
These protesters are going to be shocked when they get the cleaning
No, they're
bill
gonna
of
be
this
shocked.
$300 million boat. There aren't much scarier prospects than tanks
Bro, you fucking spray my $300 million yacht with paint over some hippie bullshit, you're in trouble.
driven by the Soviet
I missed
military,
the,
but even they can have their off days. And this one costed $90,000.
You know, the dude driving that tank was killed. You know, they took his ass. They took his ass out behind the prison and fucking out.
We're gonna need to see you in the basement, Connor.
Dude, he's done with one of those World War II era fucking Ruger pistols. He got fucking shot, one of those Nazi pistols.
What happened with the Price is Right thing or whatever that was? Because I literally missed that.
She revealed the where the winner was. She was only supposed to take off the top one where that wasn't right, and she took off the second one that showed where the winner was. So now the lady knew which one to pick.
Yeah, she's like, I don't know, 3.
Stupid ass bitch.
Like, bitch, you
She's
still
like,
got
I think the next, well, pick that one. Son of a bitch. Yeah, that was our last day at work. That was our last day. Poor thing.
Yeah. Wow, that was those were interesting fails. Dude, the meat though, I think it was like the first one.
Which one?
He dropped the meat on the floor.
Oh, dude, a $400 steak. Just drop that.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude, the preparation for that too, and then it's just like, I would have been like, 3 seconds.
That $10,000 steak. I'm sorry, cake. That $10,000 cake. They tripped over the damn parking thing and dropped it. I'm like, you fucking idiots. Oh, I'm so mad. You fucking dumbass. Who wouldn't look where they were going? You should have more people involved. You should have people carrying it and somebody watching where everybody was walking and tell them, hey, watch this, step over that. Fucking 10 G's. Not anymore.
That's for man. I'm telling you, some people are just too stupid. Just way too
Not
stupid.
anymore.
We share.
All right, so this is make me laugh. Eating with your rich friends.
make me laugh.
Oh, thank you all for joining me for an evening of conversation and vittles. Now, please let me introduce you to Diane Diamonds, the Diamond Queen of North America, professional basketball player and great man of excess, Ricky Campbell, Princess Winifred of Monaco, tech billionaire Mark Zuckerberg, the ghost of Andrew Carnegie, and of course, Grant.
Hi. Hey, so are we thinking separate checks?
Thank you all so much for joining me this evening.
This is quite the establishment, Van Horn.
There's nothing on the menu less than $60.
Yeah, so separate checks?
Oh, let's get a whole bunch of things and share.
You know, I'm actually not that hungry.
Oh, that'll be like easy.
Guys, I am super excited to be hanging out with all you. I just don't make as much money as you, so if we could take it easy on the old wallet, that'd be great.
Oh, grand.
I start you all off with a beverage.
Cocktails before wine?
I do love spirits.
Carnegie.
I'm actually great with just water.
How about some champagne, you know, for the table?
Yes, 2 bottles, please. I love champagne.
Yeah, you know, I'll tell you what, Diane, champagne, it's actually a marketing scheme, but you know what's great? Good old beer, huh? Bottle of Suds, you and your buds.
We're celebrating another night with Red.
And for dinner this evening.
Oh, shall we start with the oyster sabayon?
You know what I bet is great? The bread. Oh,
Yes, give me your most
You broke
expensive
motherfucker.
bread.
Let's get the ghost peppers.
All I know is I want truffles on everything.
you know, I actually don't like truffles.
So troubles on one, no troubles on the other.
That's not what I meant.
Now, what were we discussing? Oh, yes, which credit cards have the best benefits?
I have a debit card and the card they give you when you're a credit risk.
I don't understand.
Grant, you know, I know what it's like to have money problems.
Oh, it sucks, right?
You know, I had no idea how little $500,000 a year was. I'm in poverty. I had to kill all of my animals.
I eat office cereal for lunch.
Great. If you're worried about saving money, you should buy instead of rent. The Fed is going to raise rates.
I have $110 in my checking account.
Grant, if you're having money problems, come to my place for vacation.
I can't take the time off work.
Your boss won't let you.
No, I need the money.
Your boss won't just give you the money.
What do you think work is?
And of course, after 40 airline tickets a year with the black card, they let you name a plane. I've named 7 of them.
He is out, bro.
Seabiscuit.
Anything else, folks?
No.
Ooh, more desserts?
It's just getting so expensive.
You know what's cooler than one dessert?
Do not
A
say.
billion desserts.
Good night.
Grant,
Well, I thought dinner was to die for.
Carnegie, you don't always have to be on, you know.
Wow.
You have to let that be known right up front. Like, hey, I'm not fucking hanging with you guys. I'm gonna order a little burger and fries, and it's fucking good. Everything else is you.
Yeah, that's ridiculous right there, man. She
But if they're
said
real.
She said it, what, friends?
No, if they're real friends and they're rich, they'll be like, oh, don't worry about it.
Wait, that's not this isn't Make Me Laugh, is it?
Incredible fire torch lighter. This insane electric.
Hold on.
I'm like, normally bit shoot is where the fuckery or fact is.
Hold on a second.
Well, thank you, though. We will have the escargot.
Hold up.
Jericho broke it.
Got it. Got it. Your rich friend who travels all the time.
Yeah, that's it.
Son of a bitch.
That's peekaboo in Japanese.
Oh my God, how are you? This is my friend Jenna.
¿Cómo estás?
Jenna's always going on crazy adventures and traveling places I wish I could go to.
Travel is so important. It leaves you speechless and makes you a storyteller.
Wow. Tell us a story.
I took a picture with a donkey in Puerto Vallarta.
So what's your job?
Professional nomad. Student of life.
I got that from your Instagram. I think she means, what do you do that you can afford to travel so much?
How can you afford not to? Travel is the one thing you buy that makes you richer.
Her dad invented YouTube.
Seriously, everyone should travel.
I don't think I can. I have so many student loans. I'm poor.
So was I.
So was I.
My boss says I can have 2 days off every week for my weekend. Where should I go?
You have to go to Bali.
Tickets are $1,500 in 25 hours each way.
The world is a book. And those who do not travel, read but a page.
You're right. I booked it.
You're right.
Travel more, you know. I only get 10 days vacation and I'm already going to 3 weddings this year.
How do you let a man in a suit tell you when you get to be naked in the sun?
Health insurance.
Okay, so I'll be in Bali for 6 hours.
If you're in Bali, you have to swing by Bangkok. I mean, it's such a vibrant culture. It'd be irresponsible not to.
There's a 5-hour flight for $200 on an airline where I think one of their planes recently disappeared.
Live bold. Explore. Dream.
Oh, I booked it again.
Murph, don't listen to her. She isn't enlightened. She's just rich.
Good experience from traveling.
Okay, and money. Look, traveling is not a necessity, and I'm happy you get to do it, but please don't make us feel bad if we can't.
Wow. I feel like I really lost myself. But there's one place I always know I can find myself. Travel. Guess it's time for me to hop on a first-class flight to Madagascar and stay in this palace I found on Airbnb. You know what they say? Take only memories. Leave only footprints.
Why are you friends with her?
She always brings me Turkish delight.
How did she get on our roof?
Yep. We all know somebody like that. Like, well, shit, if I was rich, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Doing that
always
too.
traveling. That is too funny, man. That's a good one. Travel. They always want to be deep and fucking reflective. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, he's got some profound shit to say.
that's too funny, man.
So this is the next one. Make me lift. Hanging out with rich friends. Oops.
So anyways, I had to reduce my son's allowance to $1 million a month.
Lord, is he on punishment? That is quite low.
Well, how else will he learn that we have consequences to our actions?
Did you say $1 million a month?
Yes.
That's incredible.
Incredibly low.
Have we decided what we'll be having this evening?
Monsieur, I will have the Wagyu beef strips with a side of saffron rice.
Excellent choice.
I'll have the lobster stuffed rigatoni with 24-karat gold flakes sprinkled on top.
Only the best. And I'll have the braised goose with the almas caviar.
Oh, sir, I must remind you, the almost caviar is quite expensive.
Expensive? Well, that's not in my vocabulary. What was
That's
that?
ridiculous.
Almas caviar?
Yeah, how much is that?
$36,000, sir.
You know what? I'll just get the bread with the hand-turned butter.
Sir, it's complimentary. It's already on the table.
Oh, that was quite fast. Yeah, I'll have that.
Okay.
Right. I just wanted to also extend my apologies for being late today. My flight was delayed.
Oh, please do tell.
Well, I took my private jet here, and when I landed, I forgot my keys. So I took the private jet back, and then I realized my keys were in my pocket. So I took the jet back again.
Do you ever have any issues with your
I hate when I'm flying economy and have to wait till like everyone's boarded to see if I could upgrade to economy plus because it gives you like 6 inches of like leg room.
Did you say economy?
Economy?
You don't fly private?
It was for a TV show, Undercover Bosses. I own the airline.
I thought you said economy.
Ugh, I would never economy.
That's not in my vocabulary. Oh, lovely.
Mercy.
Caviar for you. Enjoy.
I'm full.
Welcome to the tableside auction. We'll be beginning with a very rare painting. It's from a small Bulgarian child. We're going to start the bidding at $100,000. Do I hear 100?
$150,000.
$150,000 with the beautiful ascot. Do I hear 200,000?
250,000.
250,000 to the man in the gorgeous blazer.
$300,000.
300,000 to the man who doesn't fit in his suit. 300,000 going once, going twice.
310 to the man in the piano.
Darn it!
All right, everyone. You know the name of the game? Card roulette. As always.
What's card roulette?
Oh, it's where we all mix our cards in and the winner pays the check.
So you put a card in and you pick one out and you pay for the whole thing, like everything?
Correct.
About 80,000.
90,000. Plus tip, of course.
Yeah, I'll I'm sorry, just a sec. I have so many cards. Here you go.
All right, everyone.
Oh, boy.
And the winner, no looking, is a Starbucks $4 gift card from Mommy to Anwar.
Oh no, it's Mame. It's my French friend. We are the biggest shareholders in Starbucks, and we're thinking of new designs for the gift card. Because we're rich.
I was about to say $4.
That's not in my vocabulary.
Oh, then I'll give this back to you.
Oh yeah, thank you. Yeah.
Your card.
Oh, my actual card? Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. I have a lot of money in here.
And the winner is Rayna.
Oh, thank God.
Shall we?
My driver said he'll take about 5 minutes. So, yeah.
Bro, how are all of your friends friends with your board? That doesn't make sense.
I forgot my coat.
Are you taking home leftovers?
Leftovers? That's not in my vocabulary.
Yeah, I know your friends get rich, but not you.
Yeah, yeah, that's correct, dude. I felt the not hoping it's not your card though. That shit.
Oh yeah, that hit home.
The fear in his eyes, man. Was
That
like,
hit home.
Oh
He
my
was
goodness.
like, God, please let him pick somebody else. Please. I'll start going to church, please.
Yeah. I swear to God, I'm a changed man.
I will change today. You help me out this one time. I'll never ask for anything else again. Yeah. Heard that, said that.
Felt that.
So rich people problems.
Hey, folks, Slow down.
Slowing down.
Anchor down.
Anchor down.
And stop.
It's a nice boat.
Fun.
Peel shrimps.
Peeling shrimps. Rotating for maximum sun.
Hey, boat, start
Wrong voice command.
Hey, boat, start
Error.
Hey, boat, start
Sorry, I don't understand. Fun.
Oh. Hi, Miriam. Good bra? Hey, boat, start Play jazz.
Playing jazz.
Smoothie.
Making smoothie.
Calendar.
No meetings today. Remember, dentist at 9:30.
Fire off.
Fire off.
Open door.
Door open.
And we're gonna do one more.
Ah.
Uh-oh.
Open door.
Wrong voice command.
Open door.
Wrong voice command.
Open. Open door.
Repeat that. I didn't understand that.
Hey, open door.
Play on the floor.
Get on the floor. Open the door.
Wrong
Open the door.
Error.
Hey, Miriam. With a rock. Open door. Open door. Higher.
Higher volume.
Open door.
Door open.
Well done.
Playing radio.
And do lights.
Lights on.
Protein shake.
Making protein shake.
New York.
Loading New York. Set speed.
4.
4.
6.
6.
Child of 16.
16.
4.
Error.
16. 4.
4.
16.
Correction. 16.
That's well done. I like that.
Open
it's
the
not
door.
even like,
Wrong voice.
it's not even like funny to me. It's actually well done. Like I mean, I like the message that they put in there with that, you know?
Yeah, that fucking that boat was nice.
Yeah.
That boat was
Sure
real
was.
nice.
And his house that he couldn't get back in. Open up.
Open door. Play on the floor.
Yeah, yeah, no, open up.
Play on the floor. Man, I don't even know how much that boat would be. But that shit was fucking nice.
Clean.
One second.
Hey,
I know who knows what kind of boat that is. I'd love to know the price. It's got to be hundreds of thousands of dollars. That shit look clean. That's fun.
yeah, it's not even
So-
like a yacht, like a big old yacht. It's like a
Look like it fits inside of a yacht.
Yeah. It's a
Like, that's a
luxury
boat.
boat. Probably
Yeah, it's a
high-end.
boat. You pull your yacht, anchor your yacht, and take that smaller boat onto shore.
Yeah.
But yeah, that motherfucker look nice though. Okay, so this is gonna be fuckery or fact, and why. Let's see, I'm trying to see that. Why did Justin Trudeau buy a $9 million luxury condo in Manhattan for his friend? Was that friend a dude? All right, let's find out.
I am in Manhattan in front of the 111 West
57th Street apartment
nice.
complex or luxury apartment complex, where Justin Trudeau recently bought for his friend Tom Clark a beautiful apartment in this luxury building. So I came here today to try to find that out. But more importantly, I want to know why Tom Clark thinks it's okay to live in a $9.1 million mansion while most Canadians can't afford to buy a home.
So, friends of Justin Trudeau get to explore these wonderful, wealthy amenities while the rest of us Canadians have to struggle. Do you see the problem that the government of Canada has with respect to this purchase? The optics are very, very poor.
I don't have anything against leaders if they have money, living like they have money. I don't think just because your country might be doing bad that you should do bad, but there does needs to be some type of decorum. Know the room, know who your audience is. Don't be stupid. But I don't think just because the country might be doing bad or most Canadians can't afford a home that you should live like you're fucking struggling too. But I don't see myself buying my friend a $9 million house, what the fuck, or a luxury apartment. I don't see the need for that. You got to buy that one on your own. But he's probably fucking that dude. Let's be honest. You gotta spend that's some shit that some dude does for his mistress. You know what I mean? To keep her quiet. Yeah, they're going to Pound Town in that fucking
just left Pound Town. Pound Town. Booty hole brown.
Yeah, man. That booty hole smoking probably after that.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's banging that dude straight up. That's that's what I think.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't looked into this story, but if I have to go off of everything that I know, because common sense, I'm gonna say it's a fact. 2, let's give my take on it. Yeah, probably is some hate.
Probably.
I'd probably put some money on it because that's weird. Or there's something else planned. It could be a way to launder stuff. I don't know. I mean, the guy is a quote unquote TV journalist, so part of the Canadian government. You're getting too close to people who could favor or potentially get the population to favor Trudeau. So, favors to some degree. And another thing is, I mean, it is, a luxury, which kind of is part of a problem because, I mean, a lot of people don't like Justin Trudeau. That's not just the world, but it's also Canada. And so, why do you have the means to do some crap like that? And you're literally destroying the country that you're currently running straight into the ground. So I'm with you. Just because you're a leader, it doesn't, to some degree, lack thereof for Justin Trudeau. But just because you're in that position shouldn't mean you can't enjoy, some luxuries because, a lot of people do that on a smaller scale and they're not a prime minister. But him, as your country is currently burning because of you, there should be none of that. Whether it's for him, his friend, or butt lover, or whatever, there should be none of that. So that's kind of where I have the issues. And do I see that being a possibility and happening? Absolutely, because Justin Castro is a piece of shit.
True that. Can't add anything to that meal. That was perfect. So this is the next one. Fuckery or fact. Opidum, luxury underground living, the billionaire bunker for when stuff hits the fan. All right, let's see this fan.
What happened? Is the video playing? Did you put the video up and not share the screen or what? Is Jericho asleep, you guys? What happened?
Oh, damn it. I hate when I do this. I really do. I really do.
We can never predict or control what will happen in the world, but our first, most powerful instinct is always the same: to protect the ones we love. To provide a sanctuary where they can be safe and secure, out of danger and out of sight, but with all the comforts of home and surrounded by their most precious possessions. Oppidum creates underground living spaces that are highly secure and completely discreet, yet beautifully appointed and entirely bespoke, with everything you need to relax and unwind and keep your mind and body in peak condition. We work with you wherever you are in the world to enhance and protect your residence. Whatever is happening in the world outside, you can rest easy and live fully in times of tranquility and in times of unrest. Entertain friends and enjoy private time with your family, or just savor having a safe place to reflect. Your private gallery keeps your collections in perfect condition and is built to the highest security standards. The hidden technology that sustains your life underground is as carefully considered, meticulously engineered, and beautifully crafted as every other aspect of your oppidum. Your oppidum has 2 independent air filtration systems. 2 backup power generators provide constant, off-the-grid power in case of a blackout. All systems operate completely autonomously. Emergency batteries, which are kept fully charged at all times, are capable of powering the property independently. All oppidum systems are carefully integrated into the overall design so that you'll never know it's there. An invisible shield that operates with the same silent dependability as the movement in a Swiss watch. Unseen and untouched. To protect the people we love and the objects we cherish is the most powerful human instinct. Your oppidum is the only luxurious answer to this call. Designed and constructed to withstand ballistic, environmental, and civil threats. This is security without sacrifice, comfort without compromise. Oppidum.
Now, if you don't think those really exist, you better think again. Because I guarantee you, our government, other groups of influential, powerful people with names that I'm sure you recognize, I guarantee you they have those. So while we're up here, fighting over radioactive scraps, trying to keep zombies from biting our faces off, and paying for clean water. I guarantee you they got one of those. Probably just as nice as that, down there sipping cognac, smoking cigars, eating great food, clean, fresh. Probably have some livestock down there in case they want a filet mignon or a lamb chop. Yeah, man, they totally got that shit. That's got to be fact, 100%. They got that shit built already. They probably go down there on a regular basis just to get acclimated and to hang out and shit. You know, all these blast-proof doors. Like I said at the end, civil threats, ballistic threats. You know, they're pretty safe down there. And not to say that if I didn't have the means, I wouldn't have one too. I damn sure have one that runs independently, clean air, its own power supply. Yeah, hell yeah. I would definitely have one of those for my family and I. And it would be stocked full of weapons that you've never seen. So if anybody comes in there who's not invited, your asses get shot. Straight up. I'd want enough shit down there, enough supplies, enough batteries, power to stay down there for fucking 25 years if I have to. You could have a damn baby and that thing will grow up to an adult never being outside. That's what I would want. So I think that's fact. And hey, good for the billionaires, because if I could, I'd do that shit too.
Yeah, I mean, I second that. I believe that they have those. I don't know why you would think they wouldn't. I mean, they put this stuff in movies all the time. It's always, you know, some apocalyptic scenario or something. And also on top of that, not only do I believe they have them, I believe they have them to even further degrees where it's like it's just beyond a little home, so to speak. I mean, we saw not that long ago that Mark Zuckerberg was making a bunker and all these other people were making bunkers, and it's like, why? They must be planning to do something that would require someone to need a bunker. It's not about preparation. It's not just like, oh, in case something happens. Nah, man. I mean, there's a plan for something most likely to happen to where they're even marketing you know, these underground bunkers that have this excess of space and battery life and all this stuff and air filtration systems. Like, we wouldn't need any of that if they weren't like literally destroying the world as we speak. So there must be something, right, that is planned that where bunkers would even come in handy to where also it's like the wealthy are the only ones who can afford something like that. That is ridiculous, but I think we've seen it so many times that it's fact.
Most definitely. Most definitely. They probably got, man, they're probably all of them, China, Russia, they're probably all down there laughing at all of us. Fucking bastards. They probably got one big one under a mountain somewhere and they're all buddies. Hobnobbing and got a fresh supply of fucking underage people down there. Once they age out like Menudo, they get new ones. Probably have a nursery down there. Oh man, it's disgusting. Anyway, here's the next one. Fuckery or fact. And this one is the Elite Sex Club. Oh, you know that's for show. Whoa.
I'm wondering if monogamy is not the answer for everybody.
Put the kids to bed.
My name is Damon, and I am the founder of Sanctum.
Oh, I've heard about this.
Mm-hmm. We might have talked about this in an episode.
Yeah.
It's not about sex. Certainly there's a lot of sex here, and I love sex, and sex is beautiful. But it's not about sex. It's about a conversation about all of us as individuals and the freedom to explore this together.
Hey, Damon.
Because sex is
it's about sex.
Yeah, come on, dog. No one's in there wearing
to as many cities as I can. I'm going to go slow.
A Hillary Clinton's
I'm in business
pantsuit.
for 5 years.
Yeah.
And I'm now only beginning to step into New York.
They started on LA or something.
New York it's a little bit different group. It's similar in LA that we have a group of very impressive people, but Here, it's definitely people that fly in from around the world. I'm impressed by our membership. They are masters of the universe. And they're people who are designing the machines that we use, the cars, the computers. They make the movies that we watch.
Oh, yeah.
I bet.
That's a weird shit for sure.
It's a highly curated crowd. Price point is part of that curation. It's not inexpensive to be here. Beauty has a lot to do with it. The aesthetics of the people that we allow into our club is very important to us. My fantasy is so simple. My fantasy, although no one will believe it, is true love. And I don't know how attainable that
nobody
is,
believes that. Don't worry.
but I think that that is the ultimate commodity. And if you can find your person and find someone that you can truly fall in love with, there's nothing better than that.
Man, get the fuck out of here, you pervert. It's not about sex. That's what it's all about. None of those women were in there wearing a denim skirt to their knees. They're all scantily clad, licking each other. It's all about sex, you fucking liar. People would probably have some respect if you didn't fucking lie. But that's fact, 100%. They definitely have that weird shit. It's probably weirder than that. I'd like to see the no, I wouldn't like to see, but I bet that I bet you that like the clubs like that they have in like Davos, Switzerland and stuff during their climate summits and shit like that, I bet they're weird as hell. But that's fact for sure.
Yeah, I agree 100%. That's fact and factual. I mean, it's not like, I mean, it's pretty talked about. For it to be a private sex club is what I believe it goes by. It's not very private anymore. And one of the main things that this reminds me of is the movie Eyes Wide Shut. It has that same type of look and kind of traditional scenery, I guess, if you want to say. And with that being said is, you know, when that came out at the time, I guess a lot of people didn't know what that was really about. And Stanley Kubrick never got the opportunity to finish that film. But it basically delves into what actually goes on and what these people do. And they're very sexually degenerate and all that. And we can't talk about who those people are, but if you know, you know. And from back then, that movie came out, I think it may be like 91 or 90s, something in the 90s.
99.
So 99. Oh God, I thought it was longer than that. But anyways, yeah, so that movie is pretty old, but people back then, right? Like they knew about it. So yeah, that type of stuff's been going on for a while. That's a fact.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. And it's more weird and debaucherous than we could ever imagine. I mean, it's because life is so much stranger than fiction. So anything they put on tape or that little, you know, clip we saw there, that ain't shit. They're doing some fucked up shit in there. Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
So here's the last one. Americans forced to pay for the invaders in the nice hotels in Roosevelt. Isn't that nice? Some of those places you can't even get a room because they're being used for this. Let's go.
¿Y ustedes ahora mismo están viviendo aquí en Roosevelt Hotel?
Sí, sí.
¿Y ustedes están recibiendo comida?
Sí.
¿Reciben comida?
Claro, comida, dan desayuno, almuerzo y cena.
Desayuno, almuerzo y cena.
Yes. Las habitaciones son cómodas.
¿Y cuánto tiempo lleva aquí en los Estados?
7 meses.
7 meses.
Sí.
¿Y por cuánto tiempo ha estado aquí?
7 meses.
Usted ha estado ahí por 7 meses quedándose.
Sí.
Y es gratis, ¿cierto?
Pues sí, la ayuda del gobierno, de aquí del gobierno de Nueva York.
Wow.
All right.
And that's something. So if you guys know anything about my channel, you know how I feel about this kind of shit. It's absolutely disgusting how you can expect to have sovereignty and welcome foreign invaders with open arms and shower them with gifts when they get here is beyond me. That is a slap in the face of every American taxpayer that has ever lived. And the only people losing in that are the citizens of these cities. I don't give a shit what you're fleeing. I don't give a shit. Oh, it's not what they said it was. It's hard living here in America. I don't give a fuck, man. You shouldn't be here in the first place. You weren't invited. round them up and send them back. That's got to be cheaper than giving them food, lodging, phones, jobs, houses, put their kids in school, unpoked, unvaccinated. You got 20,000 unvaccinated kids injected, no pun intended, into the New York public school system. And it happens all over the place. So the only people that suffer are the citizens. Like the proverb says, when two elephants fight, it's the grass that suffers. So those people are definitely the grass, and that's a bunch of bullshit. What country? And you go to their countries, go to Mexico, go to South American countries, go to China, go to Pakistan. You think they let you just show up there and hang out, just become a citizen, start getting on the government dollar? Hell no. But America, okay.
Yeah. long story short, yeah. There's nothing that you didn't say that I probably wouldn't say. I mean, everyone knows that story is fact.
Definitely.
I mean, there's people living through it literally right now that talk about it like daily, and these people get put up in luxury hotels. They're getting these prepaid cards and all this stuff with money on it. Boy, sounds nice. Sure wish I could. I want to live in luxury, but I'm just an American, so yeah. Unfortunately, I guess the American dream's not working for me.
American dream's not for Americans. It's not for us anymore. Yeah. We finance it, and then it's like when you're sitting at a table, like a big table, maybe the holidays back in the day, you have a bunch of family show up. There's like 10, 15 people at the table. So you got to pass shit around, right? The table's too long. You can't reach. They're passing it down. And that thing that you've been eyeballing, what was your favorite dish that you used to eat when you were a kid?
Who knows? Shit, there's so much stuff that you would eat when you were little. Like,
I mean, at home,
grilled cheese was delicious.
Like a meal that your mom would make or something back in the day that you really look forward to.
Dang, I can't really remember off top, but let's just say like pork chops. You know what I mean?
Okay, you've been eyeballing the pork chops ever since mom brought them home in a grocery bag. You've been thinking about them. You're hungry. You probably skipped lunch just so you could be hungry enough to throw down at dinner time. You see them on the plate. They're right in the middle of the table. Steam coming off of them, looking good. Your favorite cut, probably a French cut with the bone in it, looking delicious. And you say, hey, Uncle so-and-so, can you pass me those pork chops? And here they come, finally. And then someone passes it to the person next to you, and you don't get none. That's what the American dream is. We've been looking at it. We've been thinking about it. We've been planning for it. We've been working for it. And here it comes. And where's it going? And it goes to the fool next to you who's not even supposed to be in this country. That's a bunch of bullshit. That's ours. That's the American dream, not the whatever shit dream your country is. Nobody wants that. Everybody wants to come here to America, and that shit. Not only are they just letting them stay here, number one, that's all 3 strikes right there. You're done. You let these fools come here and stay, but you give them the best of the best. You're feeding them. In New York, they are feeding these people food that is from the countries they're from because they don't want them to be homesick. So instead of giving you a bologna sandwich with an orange and a juice box, no, what do you want? Oh, you want some rice, some arroz con pollo and all this shit? The shit is ridiculous. How do you expect to sustain that? And they talked about they were at the Roosevelt Hotel in New York City and New York, the state, which is in America, right? But who owns the Roosevelt Hotel? The government of Pakistan. So all the money that we're giving, we're paying and stuff goes to the government of Pakistan. Who are a bunch of these people down at the border when you see them stick a microphone in their face? They're Pakistani. Where did we find bin Laden? Bam. So how you allow a foreign government, an adversarial foreign government, to own property smack dab in the largest city in America is beyond me.
Well, just got to look at our government. There you go.
Why is China allowed to own land here? I don't care if China wants to buy a fucking house. You don't get it. You're an adversary. You're an enemy. Fuck, no foreign government should be allowed to own land in our country. Period. That's our land.
Hold any position of office.
Any.
Fucking dual
county
citizenship.
sheriff.
I'm talking to them.
Yeah, county sheriff to treasurer to whoever. Yeah, it's a no-go. It's America or nothing. You're all in. You're either pushing your chips all into the middle of this fucking poker game called America, or you're out. Period. We won't miss you. We won't give a shit. You go to that stupid country that you have dual citizenship, dual allegiance to. Actually, you can't even have dual allegiance. It's one or the other. So go to that shithole. Go ahead. We'll fucking wave at you from the dock. Ooh, see ya. Remember how Forrest was waving to Lieutenant Dan when he saw him on the dock? Lieutenant Dan, bye.
Hey,
take your dumb ass.
Lieutenant Dan.
Yeah, take your dumb ass. Take your dumb ass to the fucking whatever other country that is. Go ahead. Get the fuck out of here. See how you fare and not in America, man. That shit it's retarded.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Very
retarded.
much.
It makes no sense whatsoever. Unless their ultimate goal is evil. Which I totally
and destruction.
Yes. Yeah. So people, that was it. That was Stop the Fuckery. Episode 19.
19.
What is
one
that?
More?
Next episode is going to be 20.
Yep.
Can't wait. I mean, not to, because we're taking a break, but I always look forward to these shows. So keep your eyes peeled, ears open on our social medias, X, Instagram. I'm rebuilding my Instagram page because the other one got suspended because I hate speech. Whatever. But yeah, Gion's always putting shit out on his channel, Facts Only channel, on Instagram, all that shit. You know where I'm at. Find me, like, subscribe, follow, listen, watch, all those adjectives. Appreciate it. So yeah, Gian, next week,
most likely Tuesday, we'll have a guest. That'll be our last show for the year, and then we're going to come back next year, stronger, better, more stuff, more exciting, all that good stuff. But there will still be videos and shorts uploaded on the channel. Just the live shows are the only thing that's going to be in.
Yeah. The channel will still be populated with videos and shorts and everything, like you said, just the live. That's all we're taking a break from. We will be back. And until then, guys, make sure you keep it locked. Next week, episode 20, Stop the Fuckery. What will it be? Well, the only way to know that is to have your ass right here. So until then, myself and Gian, we out.
Yeah.